this girl came up to me and she's like, "Hey, you're kind of cute," and then immediately dropped some really racist shit. And it was fun because I learned something about myself that night. And it's like, yes, I would totally have sex with a racist girl, of course.
I'm joined this week by Wilfred Padua. And what did you bring to the table, Wilfred?
This is a clip of Nate Bargatze doing a set at the Laugh Factory.
I don't believe in science. I just it's like I don't understand it, so it's easier not to believe in it.
It's an intro that catches you.
Yeah.
You go, oh, that's why doesn't he believe in science? Like, what a weird what a weird sentence and weird stance to take.
Yeah.
And that stance catches you and makes you go start to pay attention. And that's a cool trick to get people to pay attention. Like you can. Some people use like crowd work, like they'll try to get your attention by doing that or by riffing with the audience, and he doesn't need to do that because he has these amazingly written jokes.
It's just it's a quick they could be making stuff up, you know. I read that they said like cockroaches are like 350 million years old, and it's like, are they, or do you know? I don't know how to go figure that out, because that's what I think you're doing. I think you know that I wouldn't even have a clue to start to figure that out, or want to. So you're just throwing numbers out at me, and I just go, all right.
Like we never go in depth. We see an article, we go, okay, that must be true, until we read the next article that says that one article is wrong.
Yeah, and I think if you want to think of it that way, he's kind of making fun of society as in the bigger picture. Like we just accept things that we read and take them as truth, even though. Just because we're too lazy to really figure it out for ourselves or question it.
There's too much information being thrown at us all the time that we don't have time to analyze everything.
Right.
And what Nate Bargatze is doing is he's not really analyzing that information that he read. He's analyzing his reaction to that information.
And I love that too, where he's just like, all right, you know, he's building up to what you think is going to be this big thing, and then that's the end of his joke. It's like, okay.
You don't have to leave on a laugh every night, and you can just finish your subject, finish the topic, finish talking about this thing, and then move on after that. It doesn't have to be like us at the whim of laughter.
Yeah, I think it requires a lot of confidence in yourself and in your material to be able to do that, but he's showing us that, yeah, you can do it.
I just went to Honduras recently. I had I have no idea where Honduras was at. We did a USO tour. There's troops there. That's where it's going down next, and that's what they told me. So I wouldn't say anything about it, but it's pretty low key. But it's gonna, just let it happen. I went there. I was at the airport. I told the guy, I was like, "Hey, I'm going to Honduras." He was like, "What city?" I was like, I'm just learning right now that's not the name of the city. So, I don't know, wherever people go. I land, a guy picks us up, he's driving us to the army base. He's giving us like a rundown of everything, and he was like, look, there's a couple things you gotta look out for. When you go to bed at night, you gotta check your bed for spiders, because they hide in there. So he's basically just like, you're not gonna sleep. And then he's like, there's a lot of snakes too, so when you walk around, just keep an eye out for snakes. And I was like, all right, that makes sense. But he goes, if you get bit by a snake, the best thing to do then is just go ahead and catch the snake and bring it with you, so then we know what snake bit you. That's what, and I was like, there's no way that's what you're supposed to do. I've watched Animal Planet. I've never seen...
I've seen Animal Planet, like what?
Yeah, it's...
That's not an argument.
And I think that's what, he's so great because he's such a, your average American.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a condescending, shitty way. I mean, he's just like your average guy. He's like, I've seen Animal Planet. That's how I get educated.
I've never seen someone get bit and then it's like they gotta be like, I gotta catch it now. It's like
when you see somebody who doesn't move around and who isn't physical, and then they just give you a little bit, it's like, I don't know.
But it also fits within the. I don't know if persona is even the right word for who he is on stage, or for who he is in real life.
Mm-hmm.
but like it just fits and it's so natural.
Like that's not a show on Animal Planet. It would be on Animal Planet. I was like, I'm not gonna do that, dude. I've never caught a snake in my life. And you want me to get it bit and then I gotta get it together and catch a snake for the first time? It's like, it's not gonna go good. He's gonna keep biting me. That's all that's gonna happen.
I love the wording on that, like the way that he's arguing and being condescending to this guy is by saying it's not gonna go good, which is improper English.
Yeah, and get bit, like
yeah.
gets bitten.
And I'm like, I gotta get it together. Like, his language is so perfect for like this argument that Nate Bargatze is having with this professional, and so it's just this amazing. I don't know. I just love his use of language.
Me too. Yeah.
And like, because there are better ways to say that, but not in comedy.
Yeah, and it fits with his persona too, because it's I think it's a lot more believable when you hear him talking like that, because you know, you can tell he didn't research this. He's not making this whole thing up. He's using his own language in this situation.
And he goes, it doesn't matter, you've already been bit. And I was like, do you even know what a snake is? It completely matters. There's a huge difference between one bite and probably 30 bites, which is what we will be at if I try to catch this snake. Who told you this? A snake? Is that who? Whose side are you on?
He's willing to admit he's stupid.
Yeah.
He's willing to admit that he's flawed. And I think there are a lot of great comedians that that will say the right thing. I saw Aziz Ansari recently, and he said the right thing throughout his entire set, the right politically correct thing. And he was just making fun of like all these things that are wrong about like how we treat women. And I think those are really important things to say. But there's something that attracts me to someone like Nate Bargatze or Patrice O'Neal or Bill Burr, who are flawed. And I think there's something really great and vulnerable about showing your flaws and making fun of yourself as a flawed human being. And like, it makes me want to keep watching them.
Definitely.
Like, I want to see this special, and then I want to see Nate Bargatze's next special to see how he's grown as a person.
And I think as the audience, especially when you don't know this person, and maybe it's the first time you ever seen them, it makes them so much more relatable, approachable. You're more open to them if they're showing you their vulnerabilities, their flaws.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing about comedy is that like I talk about like things that like I'll talk about like how I've shit myself, and people can be like, oh, I'm not the only idiot in the room now. Like there's another idiot on stage, and I think Nate Bargatze does that even better, where he's like, I'm an idiot. We're all idiots in our own way.
Yeah.
And the idea is just to make you feel okay with being an idiot for right now.